Bahawalpur Royals have a second bite of the cherry after falling prey in the hands of the Gawada Sharks.
And gone.
They will hope Basit Ali and company can fire them to the final.
What a performance from Basit Ali.
They meet the resurgent Mardan Warriors who claimed the scalp of Bahawalpur Raiders, led by the speed of Mohammad Abidullah.
That's another wicket.
The ferocious hitting of Farooq and the consistency of Shahzeb Khan.
Runs are coming quite comfortably.
Who will grasp the opportunity to take on the Sharks in the final? Only time will tell.
Welcome back to Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore. We're all set for the last qualifier between the Bahawalpur Royals and the Mardan Warriors. Welcome back to PJL. It's a nice, slightly chilly evening here in Lahore, and we're all set for the second qualifier to see which team will be going forward and facing the Gawada Sharks in the final. Tomorrow, I've got Sana and Dom with me here. Sana, both these teams have been equally good throughout. Which one do you think has slightly more of an edge tonight?
I think when we follow these teams, Bahawalpur Royal have had more complete performances, and I think as a unit they look more balanced to me overall. But the Mardan Warriors, with every game, they are becoming better. They might be peaking at the right time, but I still think Bahawalpur Royals have a slight edge.
Dominic, what do you think about the game tonight, and especially who will be facing the Sharks tomorrow? Which team do you think will be better equipped to do that?
I think the Royals will be better equipped, but I think with the Warriors winning last night, coming in tonight, look, it's a big ask for them to go 3 back-to-back games and try and take on the Sharks tomorrow. I think tonight that the Warriors will think they can get one over on the Royals because they've had an extra game and maybe. But look, it's all set to be a great game, and let's see who can get through and play the Sharks tomorrow night.
Well, the first qualifier was one cracker of a game, and the Sharks were, of course, very convincing with that win, as they have been throughout the tournament. Let's take a look at the match summary from the first qualifier. So yeah, Dominic, as you said, the Sharks will be resting for 2 days, so they'll be looking good tomorrow.
Yeah,
not sure about the Royals.
No, they've been the best side, and I think they've been the best side because when they've been put under a bit of pressure, they've done well. Win the toss, obviously that's a help. They bowl first, and I just thought that they really bowled well as a side. Mohammed Ismail, who I think is a sensation, 3 for 10. I thought Aftab Ahmed was good with 1 for 23, and Arafat Minas 1 for 19. And then in reply, Zulkifel with that half century, and Benkenstein, who led from the front. They're a solid performing team, and obviously a convincing win by 8 wickets.
Of course, let's talk about Mardan Warriors. Now, they'll be playing a continuing game, back to back, a very important point there. So, of course, Sana, how do you think this will be a factor tonight? Because they're still they might be tired from last night and another game tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a difference of how both teams have won. So the Sharks won very convincingly, while the Mardan Warriors took around 18.4 overs to win this game. But a lot of credit to them, especially Abidullah. I think he was the key with 3 wickets. And Mohammad Irfan, the left-arm spinner, he was asked to open the bowling. He got 2 early wickets, important wickets at the top. So they lost the toss, but Rawalpindi Raiders wanted to bat first, and they proved their decision wrong with spectacular bowling from these 4 bowlers, Archie Lenham, Nabil, Mohammad Nabil and Irfan, and especially Abidullah. And then a good chase. I think they will still think about improving the way they batted. They took around 18 overs. That would be a little area of concern. Their batting, the strike rates have been on the lower side, and that's where Bahawalpur Royals have an advantage over them.
Well, definitely, and an important game for these teams tonight, because it's the last shot they have at making it to the final, the all-important final. There, the playoff tree is. And Dominic, there we are, an important one tonight for both these teams, the Royals and the Warriors. They have been spectacular throughout.
Absolutely, and there's an opportunity for one of these 2 teams to go into the first inaugural Pakistan Junior League final, which will be tomorrow night, and take on, look, a good side in the Sharks. But they have a chance, like you said. The Royals lost in that first game. Obviously, the Mardan Warriors have had to do the difficult to play. The 2 things I'll say about this is it'll be interesting to see what the captain does at the toss, because both the eliminator and the qualifier one, the sides look to bowl first. And also the pitch. I thought the pitches have been so good here. It is a little bit chilly. The first time you'll hear me say that. It is a bit of a chilly evening tonight. And the breeze is going right the way down. So also for batters, pick the right side to hit your sixes.
We are preparing you to go to England.
Absolutely. I'm going home to
All
England.
set.
I'm cold. I can't believe it.
Now, Sana, you've played your share of high-pressure games, knockout games as well. How much of a factor do you think that will be, especially at this age, to handle all the pressure?
I think that differentiates from between an average player and an above average player, a good player. It's about how you handle the pressure, and the best thing is you just take it as a game of cricket. Of course, with age you can get there, but of course there will be nerves. No matter how much you have played, whenever you go into a knockout match, there are nerves, and it's all about having those coping mechanisms on and off the field to handle the pressure better.
Well, let's see who handles the pressure better tonight. And for now, let's go to Mike Haseman for the pitch report.
The first thing I want to tell you is that the winter has started to come in. Now, I think the games we started previously up until this, the temperatures have been around about 27 degrees Celsius when we started the game. I'm sure today it's around about 22 degrees, a bit of a breeze as well, which means there's probably not going to be any dew later at all, so that's going to be good for the players. However, before we talk too much about this one, this is pitch number 5 we're using today. I want to just bring Tex over to this one. This is the big final pitch, right? This is the one we're using for the big game tomorrow, and Tex will be able to get down and just show you there's a sheen already on this surface. Now, the sheen on this surface tells us that it's been rolled a lot. It's not abrasive at all. The ball's going to come on nicely, and it's going to be really good, I think, tomorrow for when the guys play the big final. So that's something to look forward to. The average score batting first on that one is 157. Right, let's just go back now and have a look at this one, and straight away Tex will be able to get down and have a bit of a look at this one, and you'll be able to see that there's no sheen on this. So we've got a surface that is not abrasive there. You've got a surface here which is going to be a little bit abrasive. Now let me just tell you why it's going to be a little bit abrasive, and that's because there's a few runners around the place. There's a bit of greenery around some of these cracks, and you can see there's a couple of cracks as well at a seamer's length. So it's abrasive, this one. So it's going to stop a little bit. It's not going to come onto the bat as well as the batsman would like. And if we go down and have a look at the spinners areas also, that's pretty barren, but again, it's a little bit abrasive. So average score on the 3 games that have been played on this one has been 125. Now, both the teams have played on this, and they both won on this surface, but they're going to have to adjust again straight away because this is going to be a little bit on the slow side.
Thanks, Mike. Always very comprehensive with the reports. Dominic, what do you make of the pitch, especially in these conditions? It's a bit windy as well tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a bit windy. I think the pitches here have generally played absolutely brilliantly. I mean, to say they've only been relayed 2 months ago, it's incredible how well they've played. What the players will have to think in their mind is the breeze. And the breeze, and use it when you're a bowler or when you're a batter, you've got to use it. Hit with the breeze, and when you're bowling, make sure you're bowling one side of the pitch that you can only get hit into the breeze. So things for the mentors and the coaches to think about, but the more important thing is, what is the winning captain going to do? Because that'll be interesting.
Well, let's go and find out. Sikandar Bakht is ready with the toss.
Hello and welcome. It is qualifier 2, one step away from the final of the Pakistan Junior League. I've got the match referee next to me, Mr. Ali Naqvi, and then Ubaid Shahid in Bahawalpur Royals colours, and Abbas Ali. He's, of course, here for the Mardan Warriors. So, Ubaid has got the coin.
Head is the call.
Here is the call.
And that's tails.
सबसे पहले ये बताएं उबैद करना क्या है?
हम पहले बॉलिंग करेंगे.
पहले बॉलिंग करेंगे. अब एक मैच रह गया है फाइनल से पहले. मैं ये बात कर रहा था आपसे कल भी के परसों की, जितना भी जोर लगा सकते हैं वो अभी लगाना है. बताइए क्या स्ट्रैटेजी है, क्या प्लानिंग है, क्योंकि ये अच्छा पिच लग रहा है.
जी हम सेम टीम के साथ जा रहे हैं, बट थोड़ा सा हमने चेंजेस किए बैटिंग ऑर्डर के साथ. थोड़ा सा हम शफल कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा एक्सपेरिमेंट करना चाह रहे हैं. लेट्स सी हाउ पिच वर्क्स.
चेज करने में आपको लग रहा है कि यहाँ पे ज़्यादा चांसेस हैं?
जी बिल्कुल. हम स्टार्टिंग में भी ये सेम गेम प्लान के साथ गए थे कि पहले हम बॉलिंग करेंगे, बाद में चेज पर जाएंगे. तो अभी वही कोई बैक कर रहे हैं.
चलिए ठीक है, गुड लक टू यू.
थैंक यू.
अब्बास, पहले बैटिंग आ गई है तो फिर आपकी बॉलिंग पे तो आपको वैसे भी काफ़ी वो है, यकीन है, तो सही है, बचा लेंगे स्कोर?
जी बिल्कुल, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. पहली बैटिंग हो या बॉलिंग हो, लेकिन हमारा टीम बहुत स्ट्रांग है. इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे कि 160 150 तक करे. और
बैक टू बैक खेलना पड़ रहा है, तगड़े हैं?
जी बिल्कुल, ये प्रेशर मैचेस होता है, बैक टू बैक खेलना होता है, लेकिन हमारे लड़के बहुत अच्छे हैं, इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे अच्छे खेलेंगे।
अब वही सवाल सबसे पहले आता है माइंड में, बैटिंग आ गई है तो कितना होना चाहिए?
जी हम कोशिश करेंगे 150 160 तक करें, हमारी बॉलिंग बहुत स्ट्रेंथ बहुत अच्छी है, कोशिश करेंगे इंशाल्लाह उन लोगों को पकड़ लेंगे।
क्या तब्दीलियां लाएं टीम में?
अर्ची नहीं खेल रहे और अब्दुल्ला नहीं खेल रहे, एमल खेल रहे और समामा रियाज खेल रहे।
चलिए, गुड लक टू यू।
ओके।
So the news from here, Bahawalpur Royals have won the toss and they're bowling first.
And the Warriors will be batting first. Let's take a look at the team. Sana, quite a balanced squad, but they'll rely heavily on their bowling.
They have made two changes. Archie Lenham, last time also when they were consecutive games, he rested in the second game. He's not playing. And Abdullah, the hero from yesterday, who's got 3 wickets for 17 runs, he has been left out. And Emil Khan, who was injured, we saw him, he didn't play. He comes back, and Samama Riaz, he's making his debut. So, of course, with this team, I think they have got 2 major changes. So let's see how the 2 new players play.
Before we just move on, Abdullah, that is a massive loss for the Warriors, and we hope that if they do get through, then he's ready for the final. When we look at the other team, obviously you look at the Royals, they lost out in that other qualifier. They lost out to the Sharks. They are unchanged. So obviously when you look at the Royals, they're relying a lot on the big man in the middle. You can see him right there, you can't miss him. Zishan, who's bowled a lot of dot deliveries, he bowled 1 for 32. Sajid Ali, who is a good left armer, didn't get any wickets in that game against the obviously the Sharks, that loss. And obviously Basid Ali. Basid Ali, of course, is the one that we're all waiting to see whether he can move on again. If you look on it, if you look at matchups, there's some lovely matchups in both of these sides tonight. And like, you know, Sana has said, what you want to see is these players to accept the pressure that this brings, this last qualifier, work as a side together, I like that, and go out there and put a performance on.
And it's also good to see Tayyab Arif back in the team. We were concerned about the injury. It's also good that he's in the team.
Definitely, Tayyab and Basit are becoming a very formidable opening pair for the Royals. So they will be banking on them tonight. And surely an exciting game ahead of all of us tonight. A very important one. Last chance for both teams to fix that slot in the final. We're ready now to take you to the live action. And that's all from us. It's over now to Tino and Mike.